Today's devotional, July the 14th, 2026, dwelling in the shelter of the Most High. Psalm 91. I'm just going to read verses 1 through 2. Those who live in the shelter of the Most High, who abide in the shadow of the Almighty, will say to the Lord, my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Psalm 91 is one of Scripture's most beloved songs because it offers a profound portrait of God's protection, faithfulness, and abiding presence. Though the author is unnamed, the song speaks to anyone who has experienced fear, uncertainty, or danger. Rather than promising a life free from hardship, it promises the presence of God in the midst of life's trials. The psalm opens with the invitation to live in the shelter of the Most High and to abide in the shadow of the Almighty. These are relational terms. To dwell and abide means to remain close to God, making Him the permanent home of our hearts, rather than merely an occasional refuge in a time of crisis. Throughout the psalm, God is described as refuge, fortress, shield, and deliverer. These images communicate both protection and intimacy. The psalmist emphasizes security is not found in favorable circumstances, but in the presence of the Lord. The psalm concludes with God speaking His promises to deliver, protect, and answer, satisfy those who love Him and call upon His name. The climax is not merely physical rescue, but the assurance of God's presence. I will be with him in trouble. That promise lies at the heart of the psalm. So, what are some key insights? God is our refuge, fortress, and faithful protector. The safest place in life is abiding in God's presence, and God's promise to sustain us through trials, not merely around them. And God's greatest gift is His presence, which remains with us in every season. And faith replaces fear when our confidence rests in God's character. So, what are some practical application? Make God's presence your dwelling place. Trust God more than circumstances. Speak words of faith and rest in God's faithfulness while encouraging others with hope. Oh God, thank you for being our refuge, our fortress, and our ever present hope in times of trouble. Teach us to dwell in daily in your presence and to trust you more deeply than we trust our fears. When life becomes uncertain, remind us that you are with us, strengthening, guiding, and sustaining us through every trial. Fill our hearts with peace, our minds with your truth, and our lives with unwavering confidence, your unfailing love. May we rest securely beneath the shadow of the Almighty, faithfully proclaim your goodness to everyone we meet. In Jesus' name, our Savior and Protector.